tonight on Red Eye.
Coming up on Red Eye, behind the scenes of a secret CIA training program. How the government teaches our spies to kill enemies with ping pong balls. Plus, what European countries is the vice president still having trouble locating on a map?
Iceland, Sweden, Great Britain, and Denmark, Finland, and Germany. I really mean it. Not a joke. Not a joke.
And finally, has Hollywood taken a huge step backward with the new Transformers movie? Our panel debates how this could affect the box office gross as the film nears its worldwide release. None of these stories on Red Eye tonight.
And now, let's welcome our guest. Well, she's better than all the rest because all of her competitors mysteriously disappeared, usually after going out with for coffee with her. I'm here with chronic waiver and serial killer Joanne Nosachinski. Well, he's a human soccer game, and by that I mean he's boring and there's rarely any scoring involved. It's TV's Andy Levy. And he's as funny as the ending to Old Yeller. Writer and comedian Paul Mercurio. His podcast, The Paul Mercurio Show, is available on iTunes. He'll also be performing at the Hartford Funny Bone. I hope you choke on it. Thursday through Sunday, 4 nights. What are they thinking? And her first job as a reporter was summarizing Charlotte's Web in exchange for a personal pizza pie. Sitting right next to me, campus reform reporter Katherine Timpf.
A-Block. The lead. That's the first story.
You have to sway to play. It was a reach around that transcended politics. Yes, lawmakers in Washington, D.C., capital of the USA, put aside partisan differences at a ceremony on Capitol Hill and swayed and sang together. Among the politicians eager to bridge the divide, John Boehner, Harry Reid, Mitch McConnell, and yes, Nancy Pelosi. Take a look.
We are the world.
Wonderful. They were moved to sway by other songs as well.
Let's make it all fun, all for love.
Later, things picked up. Going on. Carl 11 looks like he's holding in a big turd. Well, anyway, here's what actually happened on Tuesday at a ceremony awarding Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King the Congressional Gold Medal. You know, Katherine, this is what I call forced activity. No one ever looks like they're having any fun. Is it their fault that they look absolutely idiotic?
I kind of saw a lot of fun. I feel like Mitch McConnell was making sexy eyes at Nancy Pelosi a little bit. He had that little smile on his face.
That might have been a stroke.
And then John Boehner looked kind of mad, like he was jealous, and Nancy Pelosi just kind of happy because she's really hot. She's used to getting a lot of male attention all the time. She yawns at one point because it's so old to her to be hit on by all the men.
Really? I didn't even see that.
Saw,
wow,
right?
you're extremely perceptive. You might be seeing things. Paul, they looked as uncomfortable as audiences at your shows.
Wait, audiences love my shows. They react to my show the way they react to this show. I think it's great that there's no better way to honor Martin Luther King than to do what he loved best, which was to make old white people uncomfortable and unhappy.
That is true.
It's so forced to do these ceremonial moments. It's like, you know, and I'm just, Carl Levin, you're right, looked like he's literally going to need therapy. It's like, you know, show me on the doll where Nancy Pelosi touched you. That's going to be one of those moments.
He looked like he was in a hostage video, and he was just trying to hold it together. Joanne, you know what that feeling's like every night. What did you find most intriguing about this video?
Definitely the acrobatics and you know, stretching and ability, flexibility that was needed to do all of that. Coordination even.
Yes.
I'm a little worried though about pinched nerves and strained shoulders.
Yes.
Because, well, they're quite old.
They are quite old.
I do love Boehner, though, on the end, who's like, this looks like a school choir concert, and he's the kid who's not having it.
Yeah,
He's like, I just want to get to the reception afterwards so I can have my free cookies and juice.
Yeah, that was probably done early in the morning before he had his first drink. Because he said, what you always could tell Boehner before like 3 and after 3, because Boehner's a barrel of laughs after 3. I wouldn't know what that means, Andy. It's probably just because he likes the afternoon.
Sure.
Andy, does this make us look weak to our enemies?
I think it does, and I think it's pretty obvious that impeachment for at least some of these people is necessary. I haven't seen a bunch of white people look that uncomfortable since, and I couldn't even end it because I can't think of any time I've seen white people look more uncomfortable
Well,
than
now
that.
be relating it to this moment.
I know. Carl Levin looks like he's getting a prostate exam. I mean, that's what's going on there.
I think this solved all the problems in America. I disagree. I think everything's better now.
Are those glasses magic?
Yes.
Yeah.
They make me very smart whenever I put them on.
You could have answered it. I haven't seen this many white people uncomfortable since I flashed a Prius dealership. No?
Well,
Come up with something better, Andy.
I already said I couldn't.
Well, then I think I win that one. Because, white people buy Priuses, and I have a strange-looking body. I think they set back the civil rights movement 40 years.
They might have.
I think
If MLK saw this, he'd be like, you know what? Even though there's a black president, it wasn't worth it.
It was exactly. He would say this is worse than Jim Crow. And by the way, in other countries, politicians beat the crap out of each other. Right. That's the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to climb up on the dais and punch people in the face. Look at these wimps. Except for John Lewis, of course.
Wow, you covered yourself up
yes,
there.
see how I did that?
Pandering nicely.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Except for him.
Yes.
Because he was there. Like me.